Fox 26 is your Gulf Coast Weather Authority.
And we have meteorologist Remeisha Shade tracking the weather, especially for those up north that are affected by that burn.
Yeah, we are still dealing with a very high fire danger for almost everyone except for right along the coast. We've got that red flag warning or fire weather warning through 7 p.m. Then we got to turn the corner tonight, tomorrow, wind settles down, and then this weekend we're likely going to have storms. So we're going to go from one extreme to the of that dry grass. And you want to make sure you're keeping track of any burn bans and other restrictions and follow those very closely. Also, if you see a fire, report it to a local official as quickly as you can. The one major fire that we're still tracking, of course, the Pauline Road fire, nearly 2,400 acres have been burned. Containment, though, up to 45%. You can see it right on the edge of the San Jacinto County, Montgomery County line, very close to Bear Creek and Cleveland, and the wind pushing those flames from the north to the south. So that smoke plume will be traveling south at least until tomorrow when the wind switches direction. Then it likely will be pushed a little north. So that is going to be what's taking place. Outside of the fire danger, beautiful bright sunshine outside. Temperatures are cooler today. Of course, it is the first day of spring. Happy spring to you. 69 degrees out there, so feeling nice, but still very dry air. Dew points in the low 20s and wind out of the north sustained around 15 miles per hour, and we've still been getting gusts around 20 to 25 miles per hour. So we're still breezy. We're still very dry, but here's the good news. Fire threat will start to move out over the next 24 hours because high pressure will spread to our east, and that will allow that southerly flow to kick back in. We'll get rid of the northerly wind, bringing in the dry air, and the southerly flow returns by Friday afternoon, 4 p.m. Notice that wind coming out of the south, and that will bump up those relative humidity values. So instead of being less than 20%, how about 30, 40, 50% for tomorrow? Even higher relative humidity values for Saturday. So a lot of moisture returning for the weekend, and of course that will put an end to that high fire danger. So outside of that threat, weather is breathtakingly beautiful outside. Get out there and enjoy it if you're heading out to rodeo for tonight. We got Cody Jinks on the star stage right around 9 p.m. Clear, cool. Throw on the jacket, maybe with a little fringe to kind of stay in the rodeo spirit. 56 degrees by 11 o'clock. It is going to be a chilly one for tonight. Weather where you live across Harris County overnight. Yes, definitely jacket weather. Temperatures in the 40s from Katy to Houston all the way to Channelview. And guess what? Some of you may end up in the 30s up around Montgomery County, Splendora, Cut and Shoot 39, Woodlands 42 degrees. So on the first day of spring, we've got a chill in the air, especially tonight. We are back. The grass pollen shooting up to that heavy category. So those are our two main issues, at least weed, mold in the low category, but that's likely not going to get much better anytime soon.
Predicting it is the rain that might come this weekend as we're trying to rodeo the last weekend.
Yes, the last day of a rodeo, in fact. And you know, weather can change here in a hurry, and it's not going to be a super fast change, but we're going to go from the big fire danger to maybe severe storms in just a few days. So, of course, we got the fire weather warning through 7 p.m. this evening. Friday, Saturday looking great. Some sunshine, a few more clouds. Chilly tomorrow morning, but then warming back to the 80s by Saturday afternoon. But Sunday is the day I'm a little more concerned because look at our severe threat.
Oh, no.
Yeah, yesterday it was kind of clipping our northern counties up towards College Station, Huntsville, Cold Spring. Today it's kind of shifted south. So notice northern parts of Houston included in that severe risk now. So if you are in northern parts of Harris County in that severe risk, well, you need to be monitoring things a little bit closer because we could have a few severe storms Sunday evening into Sunday night.
Okay, but you will still have a nice, it looks like Friday and Saturday. Yeah. And things will eventually clear up.
Exactly. If you're going to watch Luke Bryan for the last night of rodeo, you may have to run from the car into NRG if it's a little stormy, but hopefully we can keep the worst of it out of the area, but we'll be watching it closely.
Thanks, Remeisha. We'll be right back.
Get out of this high fire danger over the next 24 hours, but for now, still tracking that Pauline Road fire, which is very close to Cleveland, south and east of Bear Creek. It's very close to the San Jacinto, Montgomery County line, and that containment right at 45%. We do still have a very high fire danger for almost the entire area. Fire weather warning in place through 7 p.m. So less than an hour, this will go away, but still you want to be very cautious outside and avoid doing anything that could spark a wildfire. Why? Because it's still extremely dry out there. We've still got relative humidity values around 19-20% for most spots, and still breezy conditions, that wind blowing in from the north around 20 to 25 miles per hour. So that means we will still have a higher risk for a wildfire occurring. Here's the good news for tonight. High pressure building in, and that will mean those winds quickly fall off around 9, 10, 11 o'clock, less than 10 miles per hour. That will certainly help those crews get that fire under control even more. I'll let you know what you can expect weather-wise for the rest of the week, and of course for the last weekend of rodeo coming up.
As we take a look at our forecast now, Remeisha, we got to talk about here this red flag warning for yesterday that, we've been following this fire here in San Jacinto County.
That's right. Fire weather warning. We're closely tracking the Pauline Road fire, southwestern San Jacinto County. There's some good news with this fire. Was around 2,400 acres burning, but now that size has gone down a bit, 1,300 acres at this point, and containment at 45%. Also, the wind dying down as we go into tonight, so that should help as well. Notice that smoke plume getting blown from the north to the south due to our wind direction. We've got wind coming in out of the northwest around 15 miles per hour, still gusts up to 25 miles per hour. Also, very dry air in place. Dew points in the low 20s, so the dry, windy conditions have been contributing to that high fire danger. Outside of that, it is super nice outside. Beautiful, bright sunshine, pleasant temps for the first day of spring. Happy spring to you. Temps close to 70 degrees right now. We are feeling great. We've just got to get a little bit more moisture in here and less wind so we can get rid of the critical fire weather conditions. That will happen over the next 24 hours. High pressure sitting right on top of us right now. We get rid of that fire weather warning at 7 p.m. As this high gradually slides off to the east over the next day or so, southerly flow will return. So the winds will flip from the north to the south, and that will start to bring in that moisture from the Gulf. So let's track our relative humidity, or really that amount of moisture in the air. Notice the dew points. The relative humidity values will be increasing as we go through the next few days, up to around 30-40% for many spots for tomorrow afternoon. As more moisture returns for Saturday, we go from that brown color to the green. That means muggy air returning for the first part of the weekend, and especially on Sunday. Notice relative humidity values back up to 50, 60, 70% by Saturday. So with all of that moisture in the air, that means that high fire danger will be going away by this weekend. So for this evening, no rain or storm issues. It's still going to be a little breezy around 7 p.m., but that wind really starts to settle down by 9 p.m. as Cody Jinks will be taking the star stage out at rodeo. Just a few days to go, so get out there and take advantage. Enjoy it. Soak it up while you can, because it will be gone, at least for this year, after Sunday night. 9 p.m. tonight, 60 degrees, clear sky, so you may need the jackets, maybe with a little fringe, maybe a little western flair for that concert tonight, but overall it is going to be a very nice night. A chilly one for you in Atascocita and Jersey Village. Where you live, jackets will be needed as you'll dip to the 40s during the late night hours. This is going to be the last super chilly night. As we get that southerly flow coming back for this weekend, those temps will bounce back to the 80s. 83 for the high Saturday, 84 for Sunday. Here's the one problem for this weekend. We get rid of the fire danger. However, in its place, we'll have more moisture around and the threat for maybe a few strong to severe storms. This is going to be Sunday evening, Sunday night into early Monday. So of course, we'll keep you updated on any threat for severe weather. Right now, it's a small threat, mainly north of Interstate 10. And of course, check out forecasting with friends. They'll be updating you as well, and we will have a lot of info on the last weekend of rodeo weather, and of course on this fire threat that continues for now.